Michigan fans, Michigan women's hockey is live and on the air. We are live at Yost Ice Arena, where it is your Michigan women's hockey team taking on the Grand Valley State Lakers. So Lakers last weekend, Lakers to start off this week. Michigan is 4-0 on the season. And before we get into that, we are very lucky to have Coach Ned with us. How you doing, Coach?
Good to be here. First home game. Let's go blue.
Absolutely, and we all made it back safely from the long drive back from Lake State, which some traffic was fun, but we are here. A much quicker drive to get to Yost.
I tried to get around the Mack Bridge, but I couldn't find a way without going through Chicago, so I was stuck sitting in traffic.
There was definitely a backup at Big Mac. Michigan won the last game for the two. They started off with a win last weekend, 4-1. That on Saturday. Then Sunday they won 4-2. Michigan had 41 shots on goal. Lake Superior State had 39. Michigan scored no scoring in the first. Michigan scored in the second. Hansen started off the scoring at 2:28. Then Howell got it back to 1-1 with her first goal of the season. Simmer made it 2-1 with 18:42 left in the second. Then the Lakers scored back. Lake Superior State University tied it again with 5:40 left to go in the third. Then Michigan put it away. Forgive me. Katie German scored at 7:29 for the game-winning goal, her first of the season. And at 18:36, Kelsey Swanson put the ribbon on the game. Johns got her first win of the season, stopping 37 out of 39 shots. Pasenko stopped 41 out of 37. And your top scorers right now, Lindahl for Michigan has 5 points on 2 goals and 3 assists. Hansen and Swanson both have 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. Gustafson has 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points. And then checking into number 5 is Carr, who has 3 assists for 3 points. Ponith has a 1.33 goals against average and just an outstanding .957 save percentage already for the season, although the season is early. She has played 3 games and will have her 4th game here. And Emma John started her first contest. She had 2 goals against and a very respectable .949 save percentage. Boy, it's nice to have two keepers back there with skills and the ability to take over a game.
And you know what's fun is you don't realize how much you miss having 2 goalies until you run a bunch of practices or do it through a couple of years without them. So you really appreciate having 2 good goalies, and that's going to make a big difference. It's part of the depth that's improved on the program.
Absolutely. We love to see it. Now, speaking of goalkeepers, Grand Valley State University is 1-1 on the season, and that first game was at Griff's Georgetown. So it was a home-and-home weekend, October 6th, October 7th, with the Adrian Bulldogs. So not an easy team. The first game, there were 70 shots on goal by the Bulldogs, and Samantha Scholes saved all 70 of them. So it was a 1-0 Grand Valley State win. Scram had the lone goal in the third at 16:02. But now Burt was the losing goalkeeper. She saved 6 out of 7. So little less work on the other end. But Scholes, again, now she was the keeper last season primarily. And taking a look at, I swear I pulled up her information, and maybe I didn't put it in here. But last season, she had a over 3 goals against average, and she had a save percentage that was good, but it was in the upper 800s. So she was the primary goalkeeper last season, but obviously she has the ability to shut down a game. And I don't know exactly who's going to start for Grand Valley State, but when you have a keeper that gets hot like that, what do you do? Do you just keep on putting it on net, or do you start to try and get like better shots? What happens when you see someone just locking down a game like that?
Well, that's something that happens in hockey, but the best way to take care of it is to crash the net. And the saying is, you can't stop what you can't see, or you have to be lucky to stop what you can't see. So you try to get as much traffic as in front, and everything has to go on net, because you never know when you're going to get a tip. It's going to hit a skate. It could hit a shin pad of their own player. You've just got to do your best to not lose your cool, not try too hard, not grip your stick too hard, and just get everything at the net.
And basically not worry about the fact that it's happening, because then it gets in your head.
Yep.
Well, the next game, Adrian put 7 goals in, so they came back with a vengeance. It was a 7-1 game on Saturday over at Arrington Ice Arena, as Patterson scored first at 4:36 for the Dogs, and then Wood scored at 10:25 to give them a 2-goal lead. Sasek scored for Grand Valley State with 14:43 to get it to a 2-1 game, and that was it for the scoring for Grand Valley. In the second, Peterson had her 3rd goal of the season, 2nd of the game. Pichau had her 1st goal. Peterson had a hat trick. She had 3 goals on the game. Wiltshire had a goal, and then Turnbull in the 3rd. So it was Carson who played in the net for Grand Valley State. She faced, 56 shots on goal, saved 49 of them, and Burt got the win, letting in just 1 shot of 9 out there. So that was the other game. Taking a look at the top scores at this Grand Valley State team. Sasek has a goal for a point. Scram has a goal for a point. Hastings has an assist for a point, and Sprott has an assist for a point, and that is it as of right now for these teams. Let's take just a quick look at the next upcoming 5 games for this Michigan team, as we will be at Yost Ice Arena at 4 o'clock versus Niagara. That will be, hopefully that pops right back up. That is going to be in 2 weeks from Sunday. So little issue with the article.
Fall break.
Yeah, fall break. So right before midst of spooky season. They are not the Ravens. They are the Purple Eagles, but kind of looks like a Raven. So it's appropriate for a couple days before Halloween. So we'll welcome in Niagara. That'll be a very interesting game. They've had some solid games so far. So I'm excited to see them. 4 o'clock on the 29th. Then we're on the road. We're on the road to St. Louis on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. First 2 games are versus Lindenwood, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Central Time for Lindenwood on Friday. We should be out there. I've taken the time off of work. Then Saturday it will be a 9:30 p.m. game. That'll be 8:30 Central Time. And then on Sunday they will be at a 2:15 game, 1:15 Central Time at McKendree. So 3-game road trip. If you want to check out St. Louis, great time to do it. Then we come back, and we are going to be at Aquinas at the Southside Ice Arena on the 18th. That will be a 7:30 p.m. game on that day. And then Michigan will have nope, that's it for the calendar year. So if you want to see before the new year, if you want to see Michigan live without having to travel, that's going to be October 29th. Get here at Yost Ice Arena, wear costumes, have fun, wear your maize and blue. Costumes are absolutely not required. We just want to see a lot of great hockey fans in here. So check that out. Otherwise, you have to wait till 2024 to see this team at this rink. And we would love to see a whole bunch of people in here. Now, this is a team that Michigan swept last season. At Grand Valley, they won 4-1. That was back on February 4th. February 5th, they welcomed the Grand Valley into Yost, won 5-2, so both of those were 3-goal wins. And then the first game of the CCWHA playoffs, speaking of 3-goal wins, that was February 24th, and Michigan won that one 3-0. It's hard to sweep a team, especially a team that has, they're right in the mix in the CCWHA. They make the tournament more often than not. How hard is it to sweep a team in a season?
It's tricky because you get a little overconfident, you get happy, and they've got an edge. They are perhaps definitely more motivated in some ways. It's that underdog theory, and they'll come out hard. And today's game will be interesting because their roster is so small. It's a coach's responsibility to have the Michigan players not looking at their bench and saying, "Oh, any energy," and they're going to be upset about the returning players are going to be upset about last year. So it's a whole new year and
opportunities. 2 goals for 8 points.
advantage.
There you go. Okay,
So-
33% power play advantage. Well, that's
And
perfect.
Coach Joe took that personally.
Well, it didn't seem right because we've had a couple power play goals and we haven't had 24 seems like a lot of opportunities, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
No,
So
and he should be proud. He works hard with that unit, and they've done very well. So
and on the other side, I don't know if it's been 17 opportunities, but I know power play goals against is a big fat goose egg.
yeah.
So I mean, you can't keep that up forever, but so far it has been an impressive penalty kill.
Yeah.
So-
And they were working on it again this week. So we'll hope that they keep that going.
Now, Grand Valley has yet to score a power play goal, but they also have yet to give up a power play goal. 12, now again, I don't know if these are accurate, but 12 chances for, and then 9 chances against. So while their special teams might not be finding the net, they're certainly stopping people from getting to the net and getting goals in there. So it'll be interesting to see the strength of both of these teams being the penalty kill versus the power play, and we'll see exactly what happens with that as we're getting ready to get going here. Is it tough to have 5 games and then take a two-week break? I mean, I know the team's still practicing, but is that kind of hard for a coaching staff to get a little momentum and have back up just a little bit?
Yes and no. I mean, because they're an academic-based team, it's all about school.
Yeah.
And they could use a break from travel and games and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So we don't really. I don't sense a problem. You might get a little rusty, but then you just play games in practices. And with this team and the high level, the tight band of skills, when they play against each other, they're making each other better. So I don't think it's going to be a big hurt to us. I think it's nice to have that tune-up right before St. Louis, because St. Louis is going to be a tough trip. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's a long trip, and those are tough teams we're playing. So Trips did a nice job of scheduling that to our advantage. The break is, just the way it goes.
And it's nice to get to see Niagara. To the best of my knowledge, I don't believe Michigan has ever gotten a chance to play with Niagara before.
I love playing new teams, and I do not recall ever playing Niagara.
So I know the men's NCAA squad has played them on occasion. I think they actually played them once in the NCAA's, but if my memory serves right. But the ACHA women's team has yet to see Niagara, so that will be fun. Get to Yost to see that on the 29th. We have a few folks coming in here. We still have time, so if you're looking for something to do on a Friday night, get on down to Yost Ice Arena. We're about 7 minutes away from puck drop. We'll bring the national anthem and the starting lineups to you coming up next.
I'm still promising good seats, Mark.
Absolutely.
I promise you, if there's any problem with your seat, you just look up Coach Ned, and I will get you a good seat, okay?
There are plenty of amazing seats out there, and also if you want to not miss the NCAA men's action, just download the Varsity app, and you can listen to Al Randall on the call there, and listen to the men's team, watch the women's team, and get your fill of maize and blue hockey tonight. We would love that.
And if you're a fan of referees and the way it's supposed to be done, I'm not saying this team is this group is gonna be great, but there are 2 linesmen and 2 referees, which is something that we aspire to, and Michigan does at home. We pay for that, to have 2 people calling penalties, watching the play, keeping players safe. We didn't have that luxury in the last few games when we've been on the road. So this is so if you happen to be a referee fan, come out and see that.
And so if you notice, not every team does that, right? So the standard would be 1 ref, 2 linesmen.
That's correct.
So if you
It's
go
not
see a game on the
requirement.
road.
Yep. But we want to do it as officially and as varsity-like as we can. So Tribs has instituted that, and we pay the price for it. We pay those linesmen and referees accordingly.
Absolutely. And then you were saying a little bit actually providing a trainer.
Oh my God! It was like Christmas morning. I've been battling. At one point, it was, I don't think I want to coach this team if we can't have a trainer here. We have so many potentials for injuries. We have concussions. Now, Club Sports has worked it out where they actually have trainers that are part of Club Sports. They actually have office-type hours at the IM building during the week if you want to go look, have one work on you or figure out what's wrong before you maybe take it to the doctor or something like that. But yes, we now don't have to chase down or hire our own trainers, have them certified. They're all taken care of, scheduled through Club Sports, and I cannot thank Club Sports enough for that. That is something that certainly for a contact sport like this,
absolutely
should be done, and it's being done now, and I very much appreciate it. So
just
the
player
trainers
safety.
right there. Yep.
And just like taking a bus on road trips, just like having that trainer there and available for all that, is about making it so that these are students first, athletes second, but you don't want things like a nagging injury or something like that. We need to keep these players safe as they're playing with the base.
You want somebody trained for first response and how to handle things. It's really a comfort to the coaches, and I've got to think it's certainly a comfort to the parents too. It's what they deserve. I mean, that's the respect they deserve.
Absolutely. As we are almost ready to go, the winged helmets all lined up across the way as the Lakers are in their blue jerseys. You were mentioning they do look very Maple Leaf-like when they come out. So crisp blue with just a white on the back. So easy to read. We're excited to see that.
We just hope they don't have an Austin Matthews in their lineup. Yeah, he lit them up for 3 the other night against the Habs on the first night. So.
Continues to be a fantastic, amazing player, and just fantastic to watch. So, well, let's take as the players are just about to come out. Let's play just a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band, and we will be right back. You're listening to Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. I hate to pause temptation, but we are about to get the starting lineups coming up here. Both squads are lined up on their goal line. Michigan, of course, in their maize and blue. So there we go, perfect. Stewart comes out to the blue line for Grand Valley. As Scram skates out to the blue for the Lakers. Lefevre with the big captain on her sweater comes out. And now McCalliot with the alternate captain on her sweater comes out to the blue line. Now for Michigan. Simmer skates out to the blue line. Starting wing for Michigan. Gargiulo skates out. Should be the starting center. At the other wing is Sam Carr, who skates out to the blue line. And skating out to the blue line now is Katie German. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem.
Mark, let me make a comment about the singing.
Yes.
Those are students we try to get from the School of Music who volunteer to come sing. And I tell you, it's got to be intimidating if you're on the coaching staff and you get chills up your spine to the other team to have somebody sing like that. And you're like, wow, this place is for real.
It is unbelievable. They are amazing, amazing singers.
And it's usually somebody different each week. It's so great.
That is fantastic. We are connected, by the way, to the Wi-Fi here. Looks like I have a couple disconnect warnings. So we're going to hope that we're connected to the press Wi-Fi here. So we're going to hope that will keep with it. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully we won't have any issues. We're attempting to use our computer with replay today. Multiple camera angles, so we'll see what happens with that.
I got to get used to doing it from above a game. I've got half the ice below me. I'm only seeing the top half with where we are in our height, so this will be, I may have to stand the whole game.
Yeah, we are high atop of Yost Ice Arena here on the 5th level of the press box. It's definitely, if you're used to being on the bench, it is a much different view.
I'm used to identifying players by their style of play. This is going to be, I might have to read a number and a name.
Cardillo knocks it back. Michigan grabs it. Zavallo sends it down. Boards ricochets off, trying to pull that away. Scram has it in her own zone. Here comes Carr. Carr trying to come in, and just her stick lifted. Good defense back there by Grand Valley as Carr was right on top of the goaltender.
Great efficient forecheck starting it off.
That held in at the far point, now stolen away. Grand Valley gets it back into the neutral zone. That's going to come back into the Michigan zone. Knocked ahead down the near board. Simmer trying to get to it. Lefevre trying to bring it right back in. Grabbed it, Gargiulo, top of the near circle, feeds it over along the far boards of her own zone. That's sent ahead by Katie German, deflected back over to Scram at her own blue line. She backhands it down the near boards into the Michigan zone. Racing back to get it is Katie German. It sits on the near circle, trying to tip it back there is Izzy German. Pulled into the near corner, fired out into the slot, trying to get to a Grand Valley. Izzy German clears it away, coming down the far boards. Good job to get that dangerous puck out from the slot. Pulled right back in along the near boards. McCallion has it at neutral. Getting it over to Sprott. Sprott on the far circle. Sprott coming in. Good job and a save by Ponith. But Sprott coming in all alone on that far side. Dangerous opportunity for the Lakers.
Big time. Watch Ava G. She's really stepping up in practice. She's going to control the play and set it up. Gets back really well. She had a nice shift there.
18:44 left to go here in the first period. That puck on the far circle, bringing it back behind his Gustafson. Gustafson puts it into the near corner. That pulled ahead by Lindahl. McBrien trying to hold it in at the near point as Lindahl gets it into the neutral zone coming down the near boards. Pulled away by Sasek. Sasek going the other direction. Tipped away by Lindahl, but picked up coming down the near boards. Fired in by Kubasek. Outside the near circle, Sprott, centering attempt, that grab by Swanson down the far boards. Swanson, here comes Lindahl through center ice. Lindahl gains his own. Lindahl, high slot, now on the near circle, firing it. Sticked into the far corner by Scholes. Trying to grab it, Swanson on the far boards, trying to peel that away as Gebek has it, popped up and along the far boards. Again, Swanson trying to peel that away. Lazar comes in, that shot from the far point goes right back behind the goal. Puck outside the near circle. Trying to hold it in Michigan. That comes down. Here comes Sprott. Sprott gains the zone. Outside the near circle. Sprott goes into the near corner. Brings it back behind the goal. Tipped away. Great job back behind by Matthews. Michigan coming up the near boards. Here comes Flazar. Flazar drop pass to Kolwich. Over on blue line. Kolwich through center. Kolwich fires it from the blue line. That goes wide to the far side where Ortiz has it. Flazar back behind the goal. Ortiz battling in the far corner. Kolwich stops it at the far point. Kolwich trying to send it on to the far circle. That over to Bucksbaum at the near point. Fired it back deep. Matthews chasing it. Now Flazar back behind the goal.
They got to take some long shots and just keep it deep in the zone. It's going to be an ice here.
Hancock fires it all the way down. They wave off icing.
Ice.
Bucksbaum picks it up back behind the goal. Cumming fires it all the way around. That rims back out to the near point. Racing to get it. Fired back by McCallion onto the near circle. Now Hung trying to get to it. Held on. Hancock gets it over. McCallion with a shot and a save by Pontiff. Kolwich into the far corner. Trying to pull that away. Hansen trying to get it outside the far circle. Kolwich trying to battle McCallion. Now that poked away by Hansen. Puck loose. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gets it over a blue line. Coming down through the neutral zone. Hansen gains the zone. Top of the near circle. Oh, trying to deke her way through traffic. And Osborne snooked that one away.
It was close.
Sexton fires it ahead.
Nice toe drag.
Here comes McCallion who gets it in right back into the neutral zone. That pull by Scram. Scram has been dangerous already.
Yes, she has.
McCallion fires it over onto the far side, gets it to Hastings, stolen away by Hung. Hung trying to weave through traffic on the far circle.
Hung is so strong. It's great.
As Cummings battles in along the end boards as Gordon fires it
play.
back. Katie German with a shot, and there was traffic out in front. I'm not sure that Scholes even saw it before it got to her. Here comes Lefevre. Lefevre has that poked away by Cummings.
We're controlling the neutral zone. That's good because they definitely carrying it our way.
Cevallos back behind the goal.
Nice reverse.
As, Grand Valley has kept pressure on Michigan throughout this first period. Katie German back behind the goal. Ricochets it off, coming in along the near boards. Add to Simmer. Simmer tips it. Trying to get it to Gordon. That pulled away, loose in the neutral zone. Here comes Simmer. Poked away from her, back to McCallion on the near circle. That deflected all the way back. Again, good poke check by Carr. Carr chasing it into the Grand Valley zone, but that fired all the way back.
There's a good chance to get too many men there, too many women. Put it through on that bench on that change. We had them.
Simmer has it into the near corner. Now Carr outside the near circle. Gargiulo trying to pull it away, but Grand Valley gets it right back into the neutral zone. Coming down with it, Kubasek. Fires it back in deep. Picked up by Gustafson back behind her own goal. She rims it all the way around the boards. Over, held in by McBrien at the near point. Now Michigan gets it back into the neutral zone. Fired right back in, this time by Sasek. Izzy German ricochets it. That ahead to Carr. Carr.
Nice play.
Lifts it all the way down, in along the near boards. Ahead
Area
to Lindahl.
pass.
Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl on the near circle with a shot and a save by Scholes. No rebound, as right there, Michigan had a good opportunity.
Right in the glove. You can see that Grand Valley's really working to go to the far side, try to get behind everybody overcompensating on the where the puck is and get behind the forwards and maybe behind the D, but the far side where it's open.
Stewart trying to get it into the near corner, battling there at Swanson. Swanson loses an edge, trying to pull that away. Malashevsky trying to get it as she's tied up. Malashevsky backhands it, trying to get it into the slot. Lindahl trying to pull that away, but the puck wouldn't settle down for her. All the way back into Michigan zone. Bucksbaum comes back behind. Bucksbaum in along the near boards. Bucksbaum ricochets the head through the neutral zone. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl, just wouldn't settle down on the stick. Here comes Grand Valley the other way. Boy, Grand Valley's not letting Michigan settle at all.
No, that's correct.
Covered up by Ponith. What are your early thoughts about this game?
Well, I think Grand Valley, the win over Adrian gave Grand Valley life and hope. I mean, they're coming hard. Michigan is doing all they can to keep it out of their zone. So they've got a good game plan right now. If they can keep it up, it's going to be quite a game.
13:42 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Hancock trying to win it. That in along the near boards. Here comes Lazar. Gets it ahead to Hansen. Hansen works her way through ice. Hansen in the slot with a shot that got deflected out in front.
Good to take that shot.
Katie German has it. Shot from the far point. That got deflected out front as well by McBride. Puck into the near corner. And pulled back. Now here comes Grand Valley down the near boards. Hancock switches directions. Goes from the near side to the far side. Back behind her own
Good
goal.
Good forecheck. See how much trouble we're having with the smaller behind the net.
There's a shot. Blocked out in front as Katie German's shot was blocked, but a beautiful job by Hansen.
Another one.
There's another shot that comes outside the near circle. Bringing it ahead. Here comes Sexton over on blue line. Sexton down the near board. Stolen away by Matthews. Back at Matthews. Over center. Fires it in. Puck wouldn't settle down for Hastings. Now she deflects it off the far boards, but it's held in by Katie German. Katie German again trying to hold it in. Finally, here comes Grand Valley. One-on-one coming back. Izzy German watching. Shot and a glove save by Pontiff.
That's Sandy for you. Woo. Izzy did a nice job of forcing her wide and improving the angle so she didn't have the same good angle on the shot. Good job.
Beautiful glove save, though, just plucking that out of midair. 12:35 left to go here in the first. Lefevre versus Cummings in the far face-off circle. Comes back to the far point. Shot there.
Nice block.
Got deflected. Racing ahead. Gordon trying to get to it. Pulling it away is Sprott. Sprott feeds it ahead. Here comes Lefevre. Lefevre cycles it all the way down. Back behind the goal. Trying to get to it. Izzy German. Lefevre back and puts it in front, and a save by Pontiff. Oh my. Scram got it right in front of the net, just in front, and Pontiff somehow able to make that save.
I think Scram's going to play the whole game.
She's been out there a whole bunch, absolutely. Tough player.
She's feisty, too.
Cummings in to take the face-off. Lefevre on the other side. They're trying to make sure that the net did not come off of its moorings. Face-off in the near face-off circle to Pontiff's right. As McCallion has it, sends it high slot. Now that put into the near corner. Racing over to get it. Fed into the far corner. Michigan trying to pull it away. Gustafson in there. Centering attempt. That goes all the way back. Loose. Pulled away by Cummings. Cummings coming back behind the goal. Now shifting the other direction. Cummings banks it off the far boards over to Gordon. Gordon loses an edge. Back to Gustafson. Gustafson over and along the near boards. Trying to get it ahead to Hung. Hung gets it into the neutral zone. But Grand Valley right back. Lefevre pulls it right back into the Michigan zone.
Michigan's passes have got to be harder, a little more crisp, because they're reading it and they're picking them off.
That goes all the way in around the near boards, racing to get it. Pulled back into the near corner.
And man, are we playing in the wrong end.
Izzy German trying to pull that away. That's sent towards the goal. Gustafson comes back behind Pontiff, rims it all the way around the far boards. Ortiz with a quick shot. Grand Valley continuing to keep pressure on Michigan in their own zone. Hung trying to get it out of the zone and fired right back in. Gustafson goes back behind Pontiff to grab it. Gustafson fires it down the far boards. That goes out into the neutral zone. Michigan able to get much needed line change.
Yeah, all five, though. That's a problem. I'll tell you, they're pinching with their D at the points, and that's really giving them trouble. We need somebody to loosen them up, either having somebody fly the zone or, well, we're going to get a penalty here. Fly the zone or high off the glass, or a defenseman carry it out.
Here comes the first penalty. Interference is the call, and it's not going to help Michigan to be down a player. As into the box goes Kolwich. Michigan will be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes, and Grand Valley has kept it down in Michigan zone for a good portion of this first half of the first quarter, or first period.
They definitely have the riding time.
Face-off. Gargiulo in to take the face-off versus Lefevre. That to the right of Pontiff. Scoreless so far, 10:50 left to go here. So I'm not sure what they're waiting on.
They're trying to get it up on the clock.
Got you. Yeah, and that's not easy again.
No, and
Volunteers.
we're also in the second period according to the clock. So we volunteers, we can't complain. Hey, they're doing a better job than I would if I was in there.
Indeed.
I'd be doing it with my fingers and holding up flashcards. We used to do that at Burr.
Absolutely. It is not. It's not easy, especially if you haven't ever played with that. So they're working on getting it up there, and we're gonna drop the puck without it. As into the near one, there goes the clock. Here comes Grand Valley. Grand Valley top of the near circle, firing it as that was Sasek. Puts it into near corner, trying to fire it out in front. Good job by Bucksbaum to keep it from going out in front. Now Lefevre fires it. That grab, top of the near circle. Sprott fires it back deep. And pull back.
See, we're going to let them play the perimeter. Perimeter is good, but got to get out there and block these shots, especially off that dasher.
Ortiz firing it deep. Ortiz grabs it outside the far circle. Ortiz puts it into the far corner. That deflected. Great job to pull that away. Trying to battle, trying to get it out of the zone was Katie German, but Grand Valley sending it back deep into the near corner. Sasek gets it over. Sprott. High slot. Now moves over top of the near circle. Sprott looking for some traffic. Gets it over as here comes Kubasek. Kubasek with the shot that just goes
right
wide.
there.
Sasek watching it now. That rimmed all the way around. Fired by Katie German. Able to
get
clear
the D
it.
off. Yep, that was huge. Good job, KG.
9:45 left to go. I believe we're close to halfway through the first penalty.
That's the first time it's come out of the zone. Thank God they can't hit the net.
Drop back. Sasek gets it. High slot over to Lefevre.
Nice block.
That was a good block out there. Swanson with the block now. That fired all the way around by Gustafson. That will go all the way down the ice. Swanson coming down to make a pain of herself, trying to make it so that it's hard for Grand Valley to get out of the zone. Grand Valley pulls it down the near boards. That fired ahead. Here comes Hancock. Hancock fires it. That on the near circle. Now whipped right back into the neutral zone. Chasing to get it is Hastings into the near corner. 9:03 left to go here in the first period. Pulled back behind by Sprott. Sprott coming down the near board. Sprott feeds it ahead to McCallion. McCallion gains his own but quickly knocked away. Excellent defense by Izzy German. As the penalty expires, Michigan back to full strength. Gustafson has it on the far boards. That picked up, knocked away. Here comes Michigan ahead. Here comes Hansen. Hansen, top of the far circle. Hansen with a shot that went right off of his skate. As that got off of McBrien's skate. Hansen sends it back in along the far boards. Fired ahead, Hansen through center ice. Hansen comes in. Hansen, high slot on the near circle. Wrister just goes wide to the far side. Sprott has it. Scram outside the far circle. Back there, McBrien as well, trying to peel that away. Hancock in there as well. Flazar trying to poke it with Hansen, still trying to get it. Flazar sends it onto the near circle. Matthews trying to get to it, but McCallion fires it into the neutral zone.
It's a referee.
Fires it ahead. It's a bad enough call in the game, let alone taking pucks.
Right.
Puck bounced off the near boards. Here comes Flazar. Flazar brings it in deep outside the near circle into the near corner, trying to get it away from Ortiz. Matthews in the far corner. That deflects through the slot. Controlled by Grand Valley. Scram brings it down the far boards. Scram brings it into the Michigan zone. Ceballos sends that wide. Katie German loses an edge. That pulled back into the near corner. Controlled by Grand Valley. Flazar trying to get it out, but Stewart holds it in at the near point. Good shot by Lefevre and a beautiful block by Ceballos. That comes back. Stewart holds it in. Ceballos again stopping it off of her skate. Trying to avoid pressure by two Grand Valley players. That gets it, but Stewart able to hold it in.
Clear that zone, danger zone. That blue line is just so important to just relieve the pressure and get a line change allowed and that kind of stuff.
Matthews sends it all the way back. Hung trying to chase it. Loose on the far circle, spinning with it. Gordon trying to get it back to Hung, but that pulled away by Lefevre. Ahead down the near boards. Here comes Sexton. Sexton has it now, pulled away. Here comes Hung.
There they go to that far side.
Knocked back, coming down the far boards. Kolwich has it. Kolwich trying to fire it deep now. Cummings has it, top of the far circle. That knocked down. Stewart banks it right back into the neutral zone. Bucksbaum gets it to the blue line. That picked up by Hung. Gordon trying to avoid a delayed offsides. Hung
nice
has
move.
it high slot. Beautiful stick handling, but boy, it just couldn't get through all the traffic.
Yeah, you can't do it through the whole team. Get through one or two and then let the shot go. That was pretty, but that was tough.
Puck in along the end boards picked up. Here comes Sprott down the near board. Sprott fires it. And down and along the far boards. Ortiz with it. Ortiz pinned against the board. Sprott picks it up, gets it right at center ice. Good job to get a stick in the way by Bucksbaum, but here comes Sprott. Kolwich trying to drive her wide out in front. That puck, just sat on the near edge of the crease for what seemed like forever. Here comes Cummings trying to fire it down into the zone. Carr trying to pick it up right in front of the Michigan bench. It's always dangerous for that too many players on the ice. Here comes Kubasik, top of the near circle. That pulled away by Michigan.
Good aggressive play.
Gustafson fires it ahead. Now Simmer dumps it deep. Comes back into the far corner. Simmer trying to get to it.
Nice switch on that forecheck.
Here comes Gargiulo trying to fire it out in front, pulled away.
She wants that
intercepted by Lefevre. Here comes Izzy German who fires it back in deep. So for a team that seems to be gumming up the blue line, do you end up just having to go to a dump and chase mentality then?
A little bit. We like to fly the zone. We send a wing. We can send a center. We just have to. Not every team does it, so you don't go out prepared for it. You have to adjust.
Gustafson had a beautiful stop on Scram. That pulled back. Gargiulo in the far corner, trying to fire it, held in at the far point. And sent into the near corner of the Michigan zone. Trying to pull it ahead. Battle fired from the near point by McBrien. Now rimmed all the way around. Gustafson has it along the far boards. 4:40 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. That puck banks off of the near boards. Now sent ahead by McBrien. Battle for it right in front of the penalty boxes. Squirts right back. Gargiulo sends it, trying to get it ahead to Swanson. Wouldn't settle down on her stick. Now Ortiz fires it right back behind her own goal. McCallion in the near corner trying to pull that away. McCallion to her own slot, banks it ahead. Dangerous play. Swanson trying to hold it in. That ricocheted off the far boards.
If Julia had seen that, she would have had a nice reversal.
Ortiz over to Katie German, firing it ahead. Malashevsky to Lindahl. Lindahl near circle. Lindahl, wide angle shot. Scholes with the save. Lindahl on the far circle trying to step up, get it back, battling, and that pulled away by Grand Valley. Sent down the near boards. Here comes Katie German. Katie German brings it ahead. Katie German gains the zone. Katie German into the near corner. Fires it into the slot. There's a shot by Ceballos. Save. Loose and cleared away by Ortiz. Good defense by Ortiz to keep that from sitting in the slot.
I'm not impressed with the Grand Valley goalkeeper's rebound control. That is for sure.
That pulled away. Grand Valley has it right at the blue line, fires it ahead. That off of Katie German's skate. She deflects it right to the Grand Valley blue line. Pull back the other direction. Sexton trying to get to it. Katie German trying to get it ahead to Lindahl. Hancock now chases it back, but Hansen steals it away. Hansen trying to go between players. Hansen looking for the backhand. Loses an edge. Puck in along the end boards. Ortiz fires it, trying to hold it in is Matthews. Now Kolwich comes over, but that's sent deep into the Michigan zone. Bucksbaum has it in her own zone. Bucksbaum moves it. Flazar tips it. That grab back right at the blue line. Fired ahead by Osborne. Now Bucksbaum sends it in deep. Hansen chasing but trying to spin. Hastings the other direction. Hastings, that bank down. Michigan just can't seem to get any prolonged pressure in the Grand Valley zone.
I think it's coming. I think Grand Valley's starting to look a little tired. They're using a few players more than others. They don't have quite the same hop, but we'll see.
Sprott comes in on the near circle. Sprott, good defensive play by Bucksbaum to knock that away. Flazar trying to get to it. That puck back to the blue line.
There we
over
go. There
to
we go.
McBrien. That knocked away. Flazar trying to get to it. Hansen. And it's sent right back into the Michigan zone. Really heads up play by McBrien to fire it right back in. McBrien gets it at her own blue line. McBrien puts it in along the far boards for Scram. Over to Sprott. Sprott right at the Michigan block end coming in. Here comes Hung. Hung on the near circle. Hung with a shot and a save.
She never saw that. She never saw that.
She was absolutely screened. Good job to make the save, not seeing it.
Wow, that was a great play to use that defensive.
Gustafson fires it loose on the far circle. Picked up. Gordon trying to get it, and a whistle.
I think we got a penalty, and I think we're going to have an advantage.
1 minute 39 seconds left to go.
Well, here goes that vaulted power play, Mark.
Absolutely. 33%, unlike the stats that we're seeing. Sprott
Right.
battling to get into the penalty box. There
I told
we go.
Coach Joe that's okay if they think it's much lower percentage, then they don't worry about it. Now they'll start worrying.
So roughing called. They do have the penalty up on the board, so fantastic work down there by the Volunteers. Ortiz firing it, rimming it around the glass, held in by Gargiulo, trying to get it, and fired right back out into the neutral zone. Katie German has it at her own blue line. Katie German comes back, trying to avoid Scram's pressure. Katie German brings it ahead.
It's 5-on-3.
Katie German into the zone. Katie German outside the near circle, trying to get it over to Swanson. Swanson over just off of the stick of Malashevsky outside the far circle. Malashevsky comes back behind the goal. Malashevsky over to Swanson on the near circle. Swanson all the way across ice, trying to get it to Gargiulo. Gargiulo outside the far circle. High slot for Katie German with a shot. And pulled into the near corner. Swanson with it. Swanson centering over to Lindell. With a shot.
She had the pipe.
It
man.
just missed the upper left-hand corner by inches. Pulling that away.
So look what Grand Valley is super aggressive on this PK. And that means they got people out of the position all the time. They even had somebody follow us behind the net. So we're going to just have to get a little used to it. Once we make an adjustment and get used to what's going on, it's going to be people left in the dust while we make the move.
Grand Valley steals it away. Here comes Scram. Scram racing ahead. Scram, that went right off of a skate. Good job by Katie German. As always, great defense. Gargiulo loses an edge, trying to fire it ahead to Swanson. Loose. Now Malashevsky trying to get it out of the zone. Held in. 9 seconds left to go here.
Here we go.
Michigan will be on the power play for a short time to start off the second. That puck comes right back behind, and that will do it for the first period. Michigan will be on the power play for 21 seconds of the second period. Not really a lot of time to make anything happen that second period, but you still prefer to start on the power play than be on the penalty kill.
We'll take it. Yeah, one possession. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about that first period?
Well, I'm surprised at how fast Grand Valley came out, considering they only had 14 skaters. I would have thought that they might be a little less aggressive. I think we'll make some adjustments with the pressure at the blue line. And I'm sure that they're going to talk about the fact that they're over aggressive on the penalty kill, because there's going to be all kinds of triggers to move in. When they lose somebody, they're out of position, they're chasing. So anyway, I have to take this call. I am getting a call from the head coach. Just a moment, please.
As Coach Ned will talk to Coach, and he is needed, we'll play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band, and we'll come right back with your ACHA scoreboard report. Let's do the ACHA intermission scoreboard report. Scores from last Sunday. It was Colorado State putting it on University of Wyoming 9-1. It was University of Colorado beating Montana State 4-0. Final in overtime, that would be D2. We know about the D1 Michigan beating Lake Superior State University. They don't have a way that I know of to separate D1 and D2 on the scoreboard. Midland University put it on Grand Canyon University 12-1. It was McKendree University beating Miami University 5-2. That was in Oxford, Ohio. So that was Sunday. If we take a look at the rest of the week, I believe there was some midweek action, nothing Monday and nothing Tuesday. But Wednesday there was, well, maybe it was Thursday. There it goes. Unofficial final. Midland beat Rhode Island 4-0. That at Smithfield Ice Arena in Rhode Island. That was yesterday. And then games today, a number of D1 games. Michigan State is hosting Indiana Tech, that at Munn Ice Arena. Aquinas is hosting Davenport, that game at 7:30. Minot fell to Liberty. Liberty beat them 5-2, that in Minot, North Dakota. We know about this game. Jamestown is hosting Colorado today. University of Michigan Dearborn is down 1-0 to McKendree University. That yet in O'Fallon at the Recplex Center, McKendree Mecca Recplex Center. We'll see that in November. Wyoming is at Montana State. Utah is at Arizona State. That at 9:35 p.m. If you're looking for something to watch a bit later. UMass is, interestingly enough, hosting Midland University. That must be in the smaller rink because right now the men's team is playing over at UMass. So if you're watching our game, you can listen to that over on the Varsity app and check that out. Let's pull up some NCAA college hockey scores for today. And just a puck drop at 7 o'clock. No score yet between the Michigan NCAA men's team and UMass. That with 14:04 left to go in the first period. So Coach Ned went down to try and fix some equipment. We hope to have him back for the second period. If not, you will have to deal with me and only me. I apologize about that. It's always wonderful to have Coach Ned with us, and we really appreciate all of his insights out there. As they don't have the clock counting down for halftime, so I'm not exactly sure how much time we have left. Grand Valley State University is sitting ready to come out of the locker room over on the left-hand side. Haven't seen Michigan yet, but Coach Tribbs is down talking to the Grand Valley coaching staff down across the way. So we should be getting going momentarily. Again, we're trying to run off of the Wi-Fi here. Hopefully that's not fighting us too badly. There we go. So I'll just pull that up. So Michigan ready to get going. And they'll hit the ice. Let's play a little bit of the Victors. Both teams looking to come back out, and Coach Ned having to do some quick equipment repair. A jack of all trades there, sir.
Yeah, well, it's good to be needed. I can't tell you who and what because that would be they'd have to kill me or kill you or something like that. But yeah, top secret in case somebody's listening. But we have some equipment issues, but we'll see. Did the best I could. We'll see what happens.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to go back down there, help the team, and
get my steps. I just played 80 minutes of pickup. I really need my steps.
When you're skating, how well does the step counter count your strides when skating?
It's funny. I actually get more steps riding on my riding lawnmower than I do when I skate.
It's funny where it records, like, if I'm holding on to the grocery cart, apparently I'm not walking. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
It
but
was a
that's
good
okay.
locker room. They're focused. And, you know, I caught some of the chatter, and it was all spot on. I made a couple of comments, and they all looked like, yeah, we already talked about that, so we're good to, we're good to go.
Perfect. Well, first game at Yost Ice Arena for the season, and Grand Valley holding their own. 0-0 is the score. Michigan has 21 seconds on the power play. Trying to make something happen here. Matthews in to take the face-off. Carr to her right. Hansen to her left. Looks like...
We keep these tight, man. We like to make everybody crazy on the coaching staff and watching the fans.
Lazar back, helping out on the blue line. Gustafson back there. Officials out. We got to have them. No fun otherwise. And we're under play. That brought back chasing into the Michigan zone. Michigan going from right to left here in this second period. Gustafson back behind her own goal. Now comes down the near boards. 11 seconds left. Michigan will maybe get one shot at it as they bring it in. Here comes Lazar. Drop pass. Carr. Shot. And that goes high. Just into the near corner.
Field goal attempt was wide.
Indeed. That comes back in along the near boards, battling Lazar, trying to get it over to Hansen. Hansen at the near point, firing over to the far point.
It's even up now.
And fired right back, sticked back behind by Scholes into the far corner. Lazar
Nice play.
trying to move in front for Matthews, backhanded. Shot and a save by Scholes.
Wow, that was sweet. She just didn't quite have room to launch it on her forehand. Nice try with the backhand.
Good job to try and get around all that traffic out there, but it did create a wide angle shot.
Yeah.
19-19 left to go here in the second. Still scoreless at Yost Ice Arena. You have 2 more periods of hockey if you want to come on down if you're in the area. Malashevsky versus Lefevre in the far face-off circle. And to Scholes left. Pulled back as Swanson trying to fire it deep. Malashevsky takes it back behind the goal going from the near side. Stops there trying to fire it back to Swanson. Pulled away by McCallion who puts it into the near corner. Scram trying to get to it. That battle in along the near boards. Scram pulls it ahead. Lindahl trying to knock it away from Ortiz. But Ortiz gains the Michigan zone. Fires it in a glove save by Poneth.
We'll take those shots all day long. They're going to force it outside of just inside the blue line. Sandy can see it. The defense is paid to make them take that shot and let them have it.
18:54 left to go here in the second. Still scoreless. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Here comes Katie German. Fires it in along the far boards. Held in.
What a lucky stop.
By Osborne. Then into the near corner. Cevallos rims it all the way around. Here comes Lindahl.
Nice play. She looked over, saw that Julia was open over there and rimmed it.
Coming ahead. Here comes Ortiz. Ortiz feeds it. Lefevre. Top of the near circle, pulled away by Cevallos. Cevallos hits it back over to Katie German, trying to avoid pressure. And puck outside the far circle and a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty. Slashing. Katie German goes into the box for slashing. Michigan will be shorthanded.
Oh, my. Wow, that's the third one, right?
Second penalty on Michigan, one on Grand Valley, I believe. Yep, yeah. Third call. Otherwise, it's been a very back-and-forth game, but this Grand Valley State team is playing very strong. They're really pushing themselves through traffic, and they're playing with a lot of physicality out there.
Yep.
That puck in along the far boards. Ortiz has it at the far spot. Ortiz gets it over to Sprott, high slot. Sprott, top of the far circle. Shot that just goes wide. Comes back to the near point, held in there by Lefevre. Lefevre going high slot, now moves it outside the far circle. Trying to work her way in is Sasek. Sasek comes underneath the near circle. Sasek comes back behind Ortiz, back to the near point.
We're going to let her skate around with it for a while.
There's Sprott. Thought about it, spinning with it. Has a good job by Simmer to come out and challenge. Now that's sent in along the near board. Sprott has it at the near point. Sprott outside the near circle for Ortiz. High shot that goes wide all the way back.
Another field goal.
Sasek has it.
There you go, kill it right
poke
there.
Poke that away. Simmer trying to hold on to it. 1 minute, 12 seconds left to go in the power play. Good job by Gargiulo to knock that away. Can't get it out of the zone, and there they're able to clear it out.
On net.
1 minute left here on the power play to Grand Valley as they quickly bring it around. 17:23 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far. Here comes Gargiulo over center. Gargiulo
She can rip it.
gaining the zone. Gargiulo top of the near circle. Backhands it back behind. Gets it over. Back behind, I believe that's Hansen. Hansen into the near corner. Hansen trying to keep it there. 40 seconds left to go. Hansen keeping it pinned.
She's strong. She can do that.
Pulled ahead. Here's Sprott. Sprott rockets it all the way ahead. Moved over and along the near board. Sasek has it. Sasek, top of the near circle. Sasek. Shot that got deflected by Gustafson up into the netting. Michigan seems like they're giving the Lakers just a little bit more trouble on this power play than they did the first.
Adjustments. That's a brilliant coaching staff that gets in the room and figures it out.
25 seconds left to go. Michigan quickly making a change to a couple of the forwards there. Cummings in to take the faceoff. Cummings moves it into the near corner. Kolwich has it there. Kolwich trying to pull it away.
This
Kolwich.
is a real demonstration of various penalty kills or power play penalty killing where Michigan is much less aggressive, picking its spots, and Grand Valley's super aggressive.
Yeah, a message that someone's having an issue with the audio not syncing with the video. Hopefully refresh your browser. Hopefully that'll help. Otherwise, we'll do what we can here, but not a lot we can do with that. Pulling around, fired that deflected in along the near boards. Picked up at the near point. Bringing it around Hancock, high slot. Hancock trying to force it in, loose.
Oh, no.
And Hancock off the side of the net. Poneth able to cover it up. Traffic down there. Poneth, they had to end up covering up Scram's stick as well as it was just under the glove.
Wow.
As you can see Scram right in front poking away at it. 16-16 left to go here in the second. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And I'll double-check some technical things at the second period, make sure everything's working okay. Matthews in to take the face-off on the far face-off circle. Pulling it back at the far point. Coming in, here comes McCallion with a shot out in front that deflects as Kubasik had it. Now, good job to intercept. Here comes Michigan. Michigan over the blue line, coming down the near boards. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gains the zone. Hansen on the near circle. Hansen trying to come in, firing out in front. It's Michigan back to full strength. Puck into the far corner, trying to pull it away is Matthews.
Goalies don't seem to have much trouble, and we're not getting as many shots as we should.
Thus far, it has been a defensive battle. We'll see if it lasts that way all three periods. Matthews in to take the face-off, that outside the near circle. Rimmed all the way around the boards. Ceballos trying to hold it in, but here comes Kubasik. Kubasik gains his own. Kubasik chasing back into the far corner.
Nope, that's
Kubasik
a great
out in
play
front.
right there. Do it a little cheese, we call that, right off the short side. Everybody thinks you're going around.
That comes down in along the near boards. Michigan trying to get it into the zone. Ortiz knocks it away, comes back in along the far board. Ceballos has it back behind. Gets it over to Katie German. Poked away from deep. That'll come back into the near corner. Picked up there by Stewart. Stewart feeding it ahead. Deflects. Katie German holds it in at the near point.
Nice play.
Intercepted by Stewart.
Oh,
now
that was
pulled
a
back.
nice trip they got away with.
Back has it in along the far boards. Cummings has it. Cummings with that shot.
Nice quick
On the far
shot.
circle, and Scholes with the save. Yeah, good job to grab it, turn around quick.
Yeah, that was a quick release. We need a lot of those, a lot more of those.
14:34 left to go here in the second. Face-off. Cummings again in the far face-off circle versus Hancock. Back and slips back into the neutral zone. Michigan has to reset. Kolwich chases it back behind her own goal, coming in along the near boards. Kolwich feeds it ahead. Grabbed by Hastings right at center ice. Gordon trying to knock it away. Cummings had it. Hastings chasing it. Hung trying to get it back to Gordon. Gordon in along the far boards. Fired back deep. Pulled back by Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum over to Hung. Hung trying to get away from McCallion.
Here we go.
Here comes Gordon over center ice. Gordon gains his own. Gordon, top of the near circle, feeding it through the slot, trying to get it to Cummings, and it just wouldn't settle down on her stick. Hung, trying to skate through traffic. Now that back to Kolwich, high slot. Kolwich
Hard.
trying to get a shot away, but McCallion got her stick in the way.
Minami with a great pass through, and she had fought off a play earlier, just getting hacked right back. Now we're going to get a call a trip. That was drawn by Minami, I think.
Tripping call as Hancock goes into the box, so Michigan with their second power play. 13:39 left to go here in the second.
All right, we talked about this in the locker room while there was some equipment being worked on, so let's see if it sunk in and we can make it happen.
Malashevsky in to take the faceoff versus McCallion in the near faceoff circle.
Nice draw.
Lindahl, high slot. Katie German trying to get a deflection out in front. Lindahl trying to get it. That goes all the way back into the Michigan zone. Gargiulo takes it, goes back behind her own goal, coming in along the far boards. Gargiulo now shifts it back. Katie German trying to get it. Pressure coming back from Scram. Katie German loses an edge.
That was a trip.
And back behind. Probably hard to get that call when you're already on the power play.
That is right. It needs to be a little more blatant.
Here comes Lindahl chasing it in. Lindahl into the near corner. Lindahl trying to get it back to Gargiulo.
Two people on that puck on the penalty kill.
Here comes Swanson. Swanson feeds it out in front. There's a shot and a save. Trying to get it, Malashevsky. That comes back to Katie German at the far point. Good save by Scholes. Here comes Lindahl with a shot. 5-hole, trying to cover it up. Still backing. Lindahl trying to put it in, and somehow it didn't get in the near corner.
That could have been a delay of game.
Oh, my. Coming ahead, here comes Katie German back behind the goal. Boy, it looked like that was going to come in.
Yep.
Open net to the near side, and Michigan just couldn't get it to get into the net. Coming back. Grabbed by Ortiz. Ortiz feeds it right back into the neutral zone. 40 seconds left on the Michigan power play. 12:18 left to go here in the second. Back behind Gargiulo trying to fire it ahead. That pulled away by McBrien. McBrien goes back behind the Michigan goal. Fires it out in front. Here comes
2
Michigan.
on 1, 3 on 1.
Racing the other direction. Here comes Hansen. Hansen gains his own. Hansen, Wister, over, and a save.
Wow.
Boy, that thing had some positioning.
Yeah, right under her elbow. Tried to sneak it by. Oh, good shot. 3 on 1. Would have liked to have seen a rebound there.
And Scholes not giving up the rebound. 22 seconds left in the Michigan power play. 12:01 left to go here in the second. Still scoreless between these two teams. Matthews in to take the face-off versus Lefevre. Lefevre puts it into the near corner. Now Flazar trying to pull it off of the near boards. That pull back around in along the end boards.
There you go.
Now sent Gustafson has it high slot. Gustafson over outside the far circle. Now that move back behind to Hansen. Hansen trying to spin. Hansen pinned against the boards. Now Flazar comes in. That puck loose. Here comes Carr in.
Miscommunication.
Drifted back. Gustafson drifted back to make sure that Grand Valley didn't
they had somebody
fire
come
it out of the box. Yeah, exactly.
That was a smart play. Just a little.
The timing wasn't fun.
Right.
Coming ahead, Kolwich gets it over to Carr. Carr makes her move into the zone. Carr outside the far circle. Carr trying to keep a stick on it, battling outside the far circle, pulled away. Here comes Sprott. Sprott spinning with it, twists, gets it out, back out into the neutral zone. Firing it in is Kolwich. Picking it up, Hastings back behind her own goal in along the end boards, trying to get it. Kolwich outside the near circle. That comes all the way around to Malashevsky. Outside the far circle, trying to get to it. That puck lifted all the way back into the neutral zone.
Oh, no, I called it off.
Here comes Michigan down the near boards. 10:40 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far between these two teams. 2 power plays apiece, and neither have been able to score. Kolwich dumps it deep, and Michigan chasing it. Swanson trying to get it into the near corner, trying to pull that away. The puck loose, rimmed around the boards.
There we go.
Holding it at the far point. Good job holding it in there, trying to fire it back deep. Swanson chasing it. Pulled back by Hastings. Now Lindahl trying to separate the puck. That ahead. Coming. Here comes Sprott. Sprott gains his own. Sprott. High slot. Good job to stick that away from Katie German. Got a Little knock on the head for her troubles.
Julia came back on the back check. It was sweet.
There's Lindahl trying to get a shot away. That got deflected into the near corner. Swanson trying to get it back to Katie German.
Nice effort.
Puck in along the near board. Still
Kelsey
poking
diving.
away at it. Malashevsky trying to get it there. This again, 4 players digging and trying to get it. Katie German trying to shovel it back deep and just batted away before it could get to her. Gordon now trying to play over to Cummings. Cummings with a shot. And sticked into the near corner.
Casey Cummings can fire it.
Absolutely. 8:54 left to go here in the second period. Izzy German pinching at the near point, trying to fire it back deep. Gordon chasing it back behind.
See how we've reversed this now. They can't get it out of their zone. This is great. I say that and then it's out of the zone.
The announcer's curse as it comes back. Stop there.
I didn't know there was that thing. Now I know.
And along the far boards, it happens. What can you do? Izzy German. I'd like to think I have that much control over the game, but I know better. And stopped by Poneth, picked up back behind by Gustafson. Gustafson trying to avoid Sexton, gets it over to Simmer. Simmer trying to fire it ahead. Loose on the far circle. Sexton with it there. Good job by Simmer, not letting a centering attempt happen. Still poking it along on that far boards. That lifts out. Izzy German trying to feed it ahead. Loose, top of the far circle now into the neutral zone. 8 minutes left to go. Hastings back in her own zone, trying to pull it.
Pay.
Knocked away. Here comes Carr. And along the end boards, Carr takes it back behind the goal. Carr.
Sam is super due.
On the far, over to Simmer with a shot. Another shot. Somehow Scholes with saves there.
Oh,
2 rapid-fire shots by Simmer would not go in.
Wow.
And finally gloved down off of the attempt by Simmer the third time. And boy, just coming right out. Shot.
Carr just
that was a
finding
save.
an opening and sliding it right through. That was sweet.
Oh, boy. Couple amazing opportunities. They're really setting up the player in the slot pretty well in this second period.
We got to quit shooting for a logo. That's what's got to happen now. We got to pick a pipe.
Coming in along the near boards, Michigan trying to get to it. Simmer back behind.
There we go again.
Feeds it on the
She'll
far
find
circle.
Somebody. There we go.
Coming ahead now over. Kolwich has it. Kolwich, top of the near circle over to Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum, high slot.
Tough pass.
Backhands it back deep in along the near board. Simmer with it there.
Nice pick.
Coming over and grabbed. Bucksbaum over to Gargiulo. Gargiulo trying to feed it. Knocked away. Sprott getting in the way. Now Kolwich just slips past.
2 defensemen right on top of each other. Be careful. There you go.
Bucksbaum trying to move it over. Sprott right on top of things, as she has been all game long. She has played a very good game. Bucksbaum trying to fake the pass. Now brings it ahead. Bucksbaum.
So solid. So chill back there. Tess does a nice job.
Tips it by Carr. Now fed down the near board. Sasek chasing it down. Good job to poke it away by Kolwich. Loosen along the near boards. Here comes Sprott. Sprott coming in. Sprott with a shot. Good pad save by Poneth. Here comes Michigan bringing it ahead as there was a big collision. There's a Grand Valley player down, and we hope that they're all right. As there was Sprott went down. Vision enough to know what happened. As German sends it around. Hastings outside the far circle. Hastings sends it high slot coming in. Scram with a shot. That knocked down and fired all the way down the ice. Good clear by Michigan. Matthews back to make herself a pain. Hastings coming down in along the far boards. Intercepted. Trying to bring it right back in was Hansen. Spinning and coming the other direction. McCallion has it. McCallion gets it over to Scram. Scram skates into the zone. Scram drops it for McCallion at the near point. Good poke check by Hansen. Trying to get it away from McBrien. Shot from the far point. Coming in. McCallion. Right through the crease. Boy, if Scram could have gotten her stick on it, that may have been a goal.
Yep.
Into the far corner. Hansen chasing it. Hansen trying to feed it. That just bad luck went right off the back of Matthews. And into the far corner. Hansen fires it all the way down the ice. That's no fun when you take a puck in the back from a friendly fire.
And somebody who could really fire the pick. Oh, man.
There was a big collision in along the end boards. Matthews and McBrien battling there, trying to pull it away.
Up. Wow.
And grabbed. 40 seconds left to go here in the power play for Grand Valley. Sprott gains the zone. Sprott on the far circle. Izzy German Forcing her wide now. Katie German has it in along the near boards. Here comes Michigan.
Good play.
Katie German gets it out to center ice. Spinning with it is Osborne. Right back in. McCallion fires it into the far corner. 20 seconds left to go in the power play. 4:49 left to go here in the second period.
This is an all-German defensive pairing.
Nice.
A lot of length.
That pull back, trying to fire it in. Good job, Malashevsky, to take it off of the skates. Now McCallion goes into the far corner. Izzy German trying to pull that away. Katie German holding court right in front as that pulled.
Here, turn
fired away. Here comes Lindahl.
3.
Through center ice. Lindahl 3-on-2. Over Katie German. Lindahl. Somehow Scholes moved it over. Scholes slid from the left side to the right side. And that was an amazing save.
Yeah, that was a good save. Because that pass came very late.
4 minutes left to go as full strength. Michigan bringing it back behind. Gustafson has it there. Gustafson over to Katie German. Katie German feeds it down the far boards. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl gaining the zone. Lindahl trying to get it past
Swanson.
Ortiz. Trying to fire it out in front. Swanson. A little collision there. Pull back. Here comes Grand Valley as they feed it ahead. Hancock trying to get it over to Kabasic, and that goes right back in along the end boards. Here comes Michigan, 3 minutes, 24 seconds left to go.
It's good.
Icing waved off. McBrien has it. That covered up by Scholes. Well, it's still scoreless, but Michigan seems to be keeping the play a little more down on the Grand Valley side. They've had some really good opportunities, and Scholes is really trying to duplicate her performance versus Adrian. She has been, for someone who was a solid netminder last season, but not top of the world, she has really played like it so far this season.
I would agree. She's keeping them in it.
Hastings feeds it over to Sexton. That pulled away by Bucksbaum. Now Hancock has it in front of her own bench.
Michigan just needs to keep grinding and taking every shot they can.
Malashevsky trying to poke that away. That comes back to Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum feeds it over. And grabbed by Kolwich. Kolwich down the near boards. Kolwich trying to fire it ahead. That loose. Here comes Hancock. Hancock. That deflected into the near corner. Hancock trying to pull it away right on in front. Hung trying to get it a pass. Osborne with the shot. That's a save by Pontiff. Bucksbaum has it right back behind, coming over to get it. Here comes Hancock. Puts it right out in front. Grab. There's a shot by Osborne. Bucksbaum trying to get to it. McCallion has it outside the near circle. And as soon as I said Michigan was playing down more into Grand Valley, and Grand Valley says, no. That shot, good
Trouble.
Save by Pontiff, and another shot deflected by Gordon.
Last 2 minutes, we got to tighten it up here.
Yeah, it comes right to the blue line, but Michigan couldn't get it out. McBrien gets it over
nice
to McCallion.
Block.
Great block by Gordon. Back to Hastings at the near point.
Step out.
Hastings outside the near circle. 2 minutes left to go. Puck in along the far boards, trying to get to it. Hung. That pull back. Kolwich has it. Kolwich fires it down the ice. That intercepted by Hastings at center. Hastings races over. Hastings trying to bring
offsides.
it in. That is offsides.
All right, we get a change here.
1:44 left to go. Here in the second, still scoreless, face-off outside of the Michigan zone. As Carr trying to get to it, Gargiulo races back. Gargiulo back over to Carr. McCallion sends it back to the Grand Valley blue line. Now that's sent into the Michigan zone. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. Well, Michigan would love to get a goal here in the late stages of the second. Last thing they want to do, though, is give up a goal.
We got to get it out of the zone.
2-on-1 and a shot that just
I thought
goes
that
high.
Was going.
And Scram trying to get it. Good block by Gargiulo. Now Simmer moves it right back behind the goal. 1 minute, 11 seconds left, and Grand Valley really has put on the Jets here. Ortiz hit the near point. McCallion trying to get through traffic. Good job to get stick in the way back, and it shot another one. And they put it in and score. Grand Valley takes the lead as Pontiff got the initial save. But sticking to it, let's see the replay here. McCallion was right there. Backhanded shot and somehow able to put it in right afterwards.
Yeah, she's only paid to make the first one. Somebody's got to step up and help her. She walked right in on Sandy, and that's not a good thing.
So
tough time, 1 minute to go.
Grand Valley gets a goal with 59 seconds left. They bring it right back in. Kabasic in through the slot. Good job to knock that away, but coming right back in, Sprott with another shot. Michigan a little discombobulated this last minute. Here comes Izzy German. Izzy German over the blue line, fires it back down. That deflects into the near corner. Hastings going to take a look at it, trying to pull it away. Hansen back there. Now Flazar trying to pull it off the boards. Hansen brings it back, but that grab by Sprott. Sprott lifts it down the ice. 30 seconds left to go. Grand Valley with the 1-0 lead. That fired down the near boards. Picked up by Hansen, trying to get it ahead, but that pulled away, trying to find Flazar. And she was just trying to drift it over and get it on the backhand, and man, Scholl's got that pad out and just sent it wide.
She walked through some people. That was a power play and powerful play, and just came up a little short.
6.8 seconds left to go. Boy, Michigan would have loved to get that tied. Grand Valley 1-0 lead. Lefevre versus Malashevsky in the near face-off circle. Ortiz brings it back. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That will do it. And Grand Valley has the lead going to halftime. Halftime. Sorry, second intermission.
I was going to say I'm on the wrong place.
So what happens when you bounce between football, soccer, field hockey, and hockey?
Let's be honest, Mark. That's what happens when we drink up here.
Only soda.
I've got coffee. Oh, man, what a
boy.
period.
So Grand Valley comes away. It looked like Michigan was actually carrying the period a little bit more, but Grand Valley got the goal. What happened there in the late
Well,
period?
we're standing there and watching. We've got to take the space that we have, and we've got to let them try to walk through us. We can't give up the space we have, and we've got to make sure that we stay on the defensive side of Sandy. We can't have somebody just walk in like that and then get a second shot in close like that. We have a body up, a body they have to go around or something like that. That changes that whole play. So it was tough. I didn't see where it actually went in, whether it was under her pad along the post or above her pad, but the fact was that we had people there that you could tell by their body language knew they've got to do something to stop that and get between her and the net.
Well, it's going to be a big, important beginning to the third. As Michigan on the power play for 1 minute 54 seconds. Hastings going off for holding. And that's going to be important to try and cash in early, because the longer Grand Valley has the lead, the more confidence they have, the more energy they'll play with, and the more Michigan's probably going to press, let's be honest.
Yeah, and with Grand Valley having fewer players in the league, now they can sit back. They can sit back and just pick their spots and make Michigan bring it to them, especially when they got a Twiner that's as hot as Schultz is. I will say that this is our third power play, I believe, so we're due on this one.
Absolutely,
based on our
33%.
Our ACHA averages, we should be due on this one. So anybody who's putting money on it, this is the one. This is the money shot right here.
Well, it would be lovely if they could get it. They have had some fantastic shots, and Schultz has really, especially that pass over to Lindahl over on the near side, and Schultz. I don't know how she moved. You talk all the time about Poneth moving side to side so well. Schultz really. Yeah. Boy, she was able to get over there.
Full extension.
It was impressive. So,
yeah.
All right, well, let's play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. We'll come back with the Michigan Scoreboard Intermission Report. You're watching Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. It's the third period in time for I Can't Turn You Loose.
Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his Blues Band. Jerry Lewis and his Blues Band.
Let's quickly try and do a Michigan scoreboard report as both teams are looking to come out here. And if we take a look at action that is happening today, trying to find the beginning of this date here. Here we go. So the ITA Midwest Regional Championships are happening at East Lansing. That is a non-scoring event for tennis. Cross country, Michigan is at the Nicomb, Wisconsin Invitational. They were 15th out of 63rd. Field hockey lost 1-0 to Maryland. Saw them playing as we came over. Softball played at 5:30 versus Bowling Green. Men's hockey playing versus UMass. It was scoreless last time we checked. We'll double check that. In tennis, it's the ITA Midwest Regional Championships at East Lansing. And in cross country at the XC23 Pre-Nationals, that was a non-scoring event. So that's all happening tomorrow. Let's check the men's hockey score here. It's Michigan on the power play coming out. Michigan up. The NCAA men up 2-0 at the start of the second versus UMass. And the women's team will look to try and get back on track as they're down 1-0 on the power play here at the start of the second. Coming in, the puck in along the far board. Swanson trying to put it back deep, that into the far corner.
What ice.
It is a little wet out there.
Here we go.
Here comes Gargiulo, shot from the top of the far circle, gets it back to Swanson right out in front. That slips back to Katie German right at the near point, deflected off of a pair of skates underneath. Gargiulo trying to get it back behind. That fired all the way around by Sprott outside the near circle. Sent back to Katie German, high slot. Shot over, trying to get it back in. Attempt loose, and it wouldn't go in. Good save by Scholes as that's tipped right back behind by Malashevsky. Swanson was right on the doorstep, firing it. Tipped by Lindahl right out in front. Scholes another save, and that time not allowing the rebound. A couple high-quality attempts by Michigan. And that one, Lindahl tipped it right at Scholes, and she was able to make the save and gobble up the rebound. She has had a fantastic game, and boy, this is two in a row that she has been.
She's moving well. It's frustrating. They just got to stay with the plan.
All the way back, stopped. Here comes Gustafson back behind the net.
But you see this overcommitment is every time that's happening, we're taking advantage of it, especially in their zone. They just sent somebody behind the net. You almost never do that, so they're trying to surprise us with stuff.
Flazar trying to bring it in at the near point.
There we go.
Held in, Flazar in along the near boards. Drop pass over to Hansen. Hansen outside the near circle. Hansen trying to skate her way in. Hansen back in. It's still out there.
She almost scored from being on the ice.
Flazar has it over. Now moves it top of the near circle. Stolen away. 21 seconds left to go. Michigan has to reset to avoid a delayed offside. Stewart sends it cross ice pass. Flazar trying to get it that back into the Michigan zone. 10 seconds left to go. Gustafson goes back behind the goal. Gustafson now bringing it in along the far boards. Here comes Matthews. Matthews over to Hansen. Hansen gains his own. Hansen coming in. Hansen on the near circle. Trying to get it over to Carr.
And almost to Matthews.
Matthews out in the far corner. That pulled away. Now Hansen getting it. That back into the neutral zone. Kolwich retreats back to center ice. Over to Carr. And that is apparently offsides. So Grand Valley back to full strength, 17:48 left to go. Grand Valley has the 1-0 lead over Michigan.
Yeah, this is going to be a nerve-wracking night.
Cummings in to take the faceoff versus Hancock in the far faceoff circle. Cummings wins that back. Racing over Bucksbaum, trying to fire it ahead. That in and sent right back out by Grand Valley.
Nice regroup. As I'm reminded by an old friend, this is Mickey Redmond would say, this is no place for a nervous person.
Indeed, absolutely. As it is trying to hold it in as Bucksbaum. Now Grand Valley sends it in along the far boards, racing over to get it. Hancock picks it up there, fires it ahead. Bucksbaum has it at her own blue line, sends it ahead to Hung. Hung coming in, Hung into the near corner. Hung pinned against the boards, trying to pull that away. Gordon trying to get to it. Still loose. Now still pinned against the boards. Gordon trying to peel that away. Now McCallion trying to grab there. McBrien centering attempt. That moved all the way over.
We got a pinch going here. All right. And Smart forward, jumps on the D.
Gordon gets it, moves it back to
Bouncing
Cummings.
puck.
Shot
Yeah,
by
good
Cummings,
shot.
just goes wide. Gordon trying to get to it. Now that goes all the way back out into the neutral zone. Smolashevsky was coming on for the team. Back in along the end board, 16:35 left to go. Grand Valley up 1-0. As that puck coming down the far boards, here comes Lindahl. Lindahl got caught in a pair of skates, trying to feed it through. Lindahl trying to get it away from Ortiz. That puck in along the far boards, picked up by Sprott. Sprott starts to rush the other direction. Sprott gets it right past the defense and along the end boards. Now here comes Swanson. Swanson spins with it. Swanson trying to find some room. Rooms it all the way around to Katie German. Katie German.
Smart
deflection.
play.
Here
Smart
comes
play.
Lindahl.
Here we
Lindahl
go.
ahead.
2
Lindahl
on
to
1.
near circle. Lindahl shot and a save as that one was gobbled up right to the belly.
Good hard shot. She'll probably wish she'd given that to Kelsey. She was wide open at the deep slot. But she got a nice shot on net, and that's what we got to keep doing is taking shots on net.
15:56 left to go. Scholes has stopped all of them, 1-0. Grand Valley with the lead.
It's the kind of thing where if we get in tight, you want to get a shot, but if somebody's wide open, the only way we're going to beat her might be to slip it in when she's down and expecting a shot from a pass that she's not ready for.
Coming in along the near boards, trying to get it is Kubasek. That comes right back behind.
We're doing a lot better job of plugging up the neutral zone and taking it back to their
Simmer
zone.
feeds it ahead. Coming, here comes Carr. Carr gains the zone. Carr, top of the near circle. Carr through the slot, comes over on the far circle. Shot.
Ooh!
That just deflects.
Right off her shoulder.
Ortiz and that on the side. Just a good job to stop it by Scholes right on the near post. Trying to hold it in is Izzy German. That comes back in along the neutral zone. Getting it, Gustafson spins in her own zone. Gustafson over her own blue line. Gustafson has that poked away. Now here comes Izzy German. Izzy German down the near boards. Backhands it deep.
Smart play.
Michigan races in. Carr trying to make it difficult for Grand Valley. Carr gumming up the works and along those far boards. Now
All by herself.
here comes, coming in, trying to get it.
There.
Was Matthews. She was ridden off the puck. Now that comes Carr underneath the near circle. Trying to get it to Matthews. That slips back into the Michigan zone. 14:50 left to go.
Yeah, we were on a change. We only had one D.
Here comes Flazar. Moves it ahead to Matthews. Matthews trying to get to it. Poked away. Right back to the near point. Flazar trying to hold it in, but Michigan has to regroup. Puck spot. Over to Flazar. Flazar gets it. Here comes Hansen. Hansen trying to make moves. Hansen coming through this one.
Yeah!
He scores! Hansen gets it. Top left-hand corner.
Woo-hoo!
And a beautiful shot by Hansen.
Lucy.
And Michigan gets it all square at one apiece.
Man, she froze everybody, made a little shuttle step. I'm not watching the replay, I'm remembering. And then just rips it far side, stick side.
She looked like she was going to go into the near circle and just cut back and just ripped it top left-hand shelf, and that was beautiful.
That's huge. That's huge. Now we got to build on that. Let's build on that. Not get happy. We're not done.
14:30. You always hope that you get it past a really good netminder once. You hope the floodgates open.
The floodgates open and hope that they're.
And there's a shot, as that was a hand pass.
We got to look at goals being contagious here. We've got a lot of goal scorers on this team. If we can just free them up.
And it feels like Scholes was doing a really good job. Anything down on the ice, she was great. So I think it seemed like trying to get it up into the sides was.
Yeah, we quit hitting her in the logo. That's a good thing. And that little shift to move aside had her just making her move. And when you're making her move or hesitating on her heels, then you're good to go.
That fired all the way down the ice, racing back to get it is O'Brien into the far corner.
Look at that forecheck.
Trying to pull that away. Cummings back there now, coming along the near boards. Here comes Grand Valley. Down the near side is Scram. Scram has that poked away. Excellent job by Ceballos. Sent right back deep and covered up as Scholes wants no part of that rebound. 13:47 left to go. 1-1 Michigan versus Grand Valley. All knotted up with a big goal by Hansen.
Looking for a hero here.
Next goal is going to be huge for either one of these teams as Malashevsky facing off against Hancock. That's sent in along the boards by Stewart. Now Lindahl trying to keep it in, then all the way back into Michigan zone. Izzy German retreats there. Fires it down the near boards, gets it ahead to Lindahl. Lindahl racing past, that knocked away. Good defensive play. Gets it over, now coming in. Here comes Swanson. Swanson through traffic. Swanson with a shot that loose onto the near circle, and no one there to be able to get to it but a Grand Valley defender. And poked back, picked up, trying to bring it ahead is Hancock. Hancock feeds it right through the neutral zone.
That was a shot to the logo that came out, and boy, there was an open net if we had somebody there.
Trying to get in front. Good job by Izzy German to knock that away.
Izzy's really upped her game. She's playing with urgency that it's really benefiting the team.
That was a good individual play back there, though, by who was that? Sexton, who came all the way back and really put pressure on Michigan. Forces a face-off, and that's going to be Gustafson going off.
Yeah.
So pulls the penalty there as well as Gustafson goes off the ice for interference, I believe. So it'll be a huge penalty kill right after getting the game tied up. Grand Valley's going to look to take the lead. Ortiz at the near point moves it into the near corner. Is pulling that away. Here comes Sasek. Sasek moves it back to the near point to Ortiz. Ortiz back to Sasek on the near circle. That slips back into the near corner. Spinning with it.
There you go. Get him crossed up.
Kabasik had it. They fire it in. Lefevre outside the far circle. Now Sasek comes back behind, out in front.
We got lucky there.
Yeah, it comes all the way back as they did have someone sitting in the slot. Stopped by Scholes. Scholes feeds it ahead to Sasek. Sasek knocked away by Gargiulo. Gargiulo trying to fire it back deep. Gargiulo into the near corner. Shot! Oh, that was a dangerous shot.
Yeah, she can rip it. Man, that was a good shot. That surprised the goalie.
Katie German trying to get it. Yeah, that had some pepper to it. Coming in, Sprott in the slot. Sprott. Oh, good job, Katie German making that poking at the puck. Sprott trying to get it coming through.
Or without a stick, too.
Trying to fire it ahead. Michigan down one stick. As they manage to get another stick out there. 12 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the third. 56 seconds left in the power play. Sprott coming down along the far board. Sprott trying to get away from Matthews. That's sent ahead. Racing in is Kabasik. Kabasik poke checked away. Trying to get to it.
Person
Sprott
in front on
back.
alone, all alone. Now see, if she'd been looking around and using her teammate, she had a wing or player teammate wide open in the slot.
Hastings races back to get it right back behind Scholes. Matthews back there to try and make it difficult. Scram into the far corner. Scram brings it ahead over to Hancock. Hancock down the near boards. Hancock gains the zone. That pulled away by Lindahl. Lindahl moves back in along the far boards. Lindahl trying to get it out of the zone. Fires it all the way down. 12 seconds left in the power play. Matthews making herself a pain, trying to make it so Grand Valley can't get out of the zone. Scram and Matthews battling right in front of the bench, and that will do it. Michigan back to full strength. Matthews gets it back in. Gustafson races over to the bench. Lindahl trying to get it into the zone battle right in front of the scorer's bench is Izzy German. That comes back. Kolwich banks it off the far boards ahead to Swanson. Stolen away. McBrien has it, now moves it over and along the far boards. Hastings trying to fire it away. Good block.
Good stick, filling the lane with a stick.
Swanson with the block. McCallion fires it ahead. That loose. Kolwich trying to send it the other direction. Battling along the far boards. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl, high slot. Lindahl moves over. Lindahl with a shot that put into the near corner. Outside the near circle, Malashevsky getting it back to Lindahl out in front. Comes all the way over to Sexton in along the far boards. Knocked down by Swanson. Lifted it. Still trying to hold it in his Swanson. Good hard work back there, and then moved over. McCallion, or O'Brien, or McBrien has it off the stick. Hung with a shot. And sticked into the far corner by Scholes. Now grabbed. Trying to feed it ahead was Hastings. Held in. Good job over there by Cummings. Back over to Hung trying to feed it out in front. Cummings looking for it. Hung trying to get it to her right out in front. And Gordon just missed coming in.
Penalty?
Looks like there's a penalty, and that is going to be a Grand Valley penalty as someone got...
Ava Hung drew that. Just her effort.
Hard
her
battle.
Yeah.
So McCallion goes into the box. Michigan on the power play. Big power play here. We're all knotted up at one apiece. 9:47 left to go here in the third.
This would be huge to put all the work into the power play to get potentially the winning goal here in this 9:45 mark.
To do what they can as it comes ahead. Gustafson chases it back. Racing ahead is Kubasic trying to get it in front and right through the crease.
Uh-oh.
Matthews coming away with
she
it.
Doesn't hit Sandy.
Back over Gustafson, goes back behind her own goal. Gustafson stops there. Gustafson coming in along the near boards. Just a little bit of ice, little lost edge there. Here comes Hansen. Hansen fires it ahead. Carr tips it. That goes back, steered back in along the end board. Sprott rockets it around. Hansen stops it outside the far circle. Kubasic trying to get it over. There's a shot. Trying to get it over to Carr. Just wouldn't settle down. Hansen now coming in.
Try.
Wrister, that knocked down. Back into the near corner. At the near point coming in. There's a shot that got deflected out. Gustafson spins with it. Gustafson. High slot. Gustafson shoots that out. In front. Good kick save. Comes back. Gustafson holds it in.
Okay, here
Gustafson
we go.
on the far circle for Flazar. Flazar spinning with it. Back to Gustafson, back to Flazar. Flazar backhands it into the far corner.
It's good give and go.
As Hansen trying to get to it, they clear it all the way down. 43 seconds left to go. Michigan has to reset in the power play. 8:26 left to go here in the third.
They looked really good on that.
Matthews racing ahead. No. Ortiz trying to knock it away. Held in by Gargiulo. There's a shot that deflects into the near corner. Racing over to get it. Carr trying to pull it off of the boards. Still battling back there. Now lifted over to Katie German. Katie German trying to get it to Carr, who tips it and knocked away. Sprott has it. Now Swanson
right in front. Right in front. There she is.
Over to Carr. Carr coming in, and she puts it in. Scores. Oh my gosh! She deked 3 times to put it in.
That's what we've been waiting for. She has got the best hands. They found her, and she made sure by undressing the whole Grand Valley squad.
Here it comes. Here's the replay. Scholes.
Serious dangle there, folks.
Just right over to Carr. Deeks once, Deeks twice, puts it in. My, oh my, that was a heck of a shot.
That's her first goal.
And not the last, obviously.
Nope,
huge goal,
for sure.
Power play goal by Carr.
She's been very patient. Big goal. Power play goal, right?
Power play goal with 10 seconds left. And Grand Valley takes the timeout. They want to talk about it. Now, what do you say when you've kept it scoreless, had the lead for a long time, and then just with 7:57 left, what's the Grand Valley State coaches talking about now?
Well, I would be playing within myself. I would say use your teammates, move it around. You're not going to do it alone. You know, you've got to conserve your energy. You got to go as hard as you can when you can, but you got to pick your spots, and you got to be smart.
Yeah.
And it's tough to be smarter than a Michigan team. I mean, the girls on Michigan are brilliant. That's what I'd be asking them to do. But you've got to do it as a team, and at this point, you've got to say you got to do it for your goalie. You got to pull in somebody that's played so well that you've got to help her out.
And Scholes has really played a dynamic game despite the 2-1 score. Michigan in the lead now, covered up by Scholes. And what was I was just asking, what was Coach Tribbs telling her team on the bench?
Don't get happy.
There you go.
It's not over. We've got, it's 2-1. They've had a lot of chances. We can't take any risks. Nobody gets behind us. We've got to be smarter. We've got to have 3 people back. We've got to have a forward high. And we just keep putting everything on the net and hope that the floodgates are truly open.
Cummings chasing it. Cummings on the far circle. That deflects. Here comes McCallion.
So we got 3 people back. That's a good sign.
McCallion fires it back deep. Bucksbaum racing to get it. That is going to be fired from the wrong side of center. That will be an icing, and it back into the Grand Valley zone. 7:30 left to go here in the third. 2-1. Michigan with the lead. Grand Valley scored first. Michigan able to get it knotted up. A beautiful sniper shot by Hansen, and then Carr able to deke it once, twice, 3 times to put it in.
Yeah, she's a dangler. Misdirection there.
Right off of McBrien's sleeve. That comes back. Gargiulo sends it into the far corner. Simmer
that's a shot from behind. That could actually
down.
be 5. That is not pretty.
As it's tough. You just don't want to make contact when someone's that far off of the boards, is because head's going to hit first. And something that everyone is concerned about in the sport is concussions.
They're going to give her a cross check. Well, I
So
guess
that's
give
going
her
to be
anything.
a cross-checking to Hastings. So she'll take a break and sit, and Michigan will be up 2-1 here with on the power play. 7:15 left to go. Michigan would love to get an insurance goal here. Get one extra one to just make it a little bit more comfortable. Moved back over. Lindahl chasing it into the far corner. Lindahl pulls it back behind.
We're always trying to pad those stats in our power play, too.
Gargiulo underneath the far circle. Shot. Ooh, that just went wide.
Almost came back out to Emily.
Stewart did a good job of clearing the front. That outside the near circle, Swanson with it. Swanson moves it over to Malashevsky. Malashevsky trying to get it out in front. Good defense by Grand Valley. That's sent in the slot.
Don't let her have a backhand.
Backhanded over to Swanson with
yes!
the shot. And Swanson scores it. Power play goal. Beautiful job for Lindahl to find Swanson. Swanson puts it in.
See, that is totally in my view because of their overcommitment and their over-aggressiveness. Michigan is finding all kinds of space that wouldn't be there if they just keep a tighter box and not go chasing. And I don't know. That's not how I would run my PK. But
it was nice because you had Lindahl flowing from the near side to the far side, and then as everyone followed her, Swanson just came right back behind.
Yep.
Beautiful job to find her. Hansen in along the far boards. That comes back. Battle at the far point. Hansen gets it back into the neutral zone. Moves ahead to Flazar. Flazar coming into the zone. She'd love to get involved in the scoring. That poked back. Pulled back over. And fired by Kabasek.
Just make them bring it the distance now. Nobody behind you. Be smart. You don't need any more goals. You're not taking your foot off the gas, but you're making them work for it.
Sasek in along the far boards. Sprott picks it up there, top of the far circle. Sprott moves it into the neutral zone. Here comes Sasek. Sasek gains the Michigan zone. Sasek outside the far circle. Poked. Here comes Kolwich. That deflects off a skate ahead to Hansen. Hansen racing ahead with it. Hansen gains the zone. Hansen on the far circle. Hansen coming in. Puts it right out in
there.
front.
It's teed up. It's teed up.
And
still
trying
teed
to grab
up.
it. Still loose. Now covered up as Scholes drove out there to try and get a glove on it, and it just wasn't settling down for him. 24 seconds left to go in the power play to Michigan. 5:39 left to go here in the third. Michigan up 3-1. Trying to make sure they don't let this Grand Valley team back in, as you know they're going to continue to work hard. They don't quit.
Well, the good news is we've got really good defensive core, and we've got smart, conscientious forwards who know how to play defense. They'll play as a team and make sure that doesn't happen.
Cummings firing it out from the wide side. Manning right there to look for the rebound. I believe this is the first time Manning's been in the lineup this season. Good to see her out there. Cummings in to take the face-off. Loose trying to pull it back. That backhanded. Bucksbaum trying to get to it, but that rolls out into the neutral zone. Pull back in along the near boards by Bucksbaum. Coming in, Hung, trying to move it over to Cummings. And knocked away back into the neutral zone. Fired back deep. 5:06 left to go. Ponith stops it there. Coming ahead.
Nice. Okay, stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Loose coming in. There's a backhanded shot. Is trying to put that in was Hancock. Puck back behind, grabbing it. Here comes Cummings. Cummings backhands it in along the far boards. Racing ahead. Manning hits it into the neutral zone. Hung chasing back to get it. Now controlled. McBrien in along the near boards for Grand Valley. Scram gains the zone. Scram. Good poke check to knock it away by Colt.
Go back to your D. Regroup.
Michigan clears the zone to avoid a delayed offside. Swanson trying to bring it in. That comes right back into the neutral zone. Gustafson fires it back deep as Michigan touches up.
You made a good comment about Ashley Manning. She's actually been practicing a lot of the season as a defenseman. The defensive group is a tough one to break into.
Yeah,
so I think they gave her a shot with some ice time today as a forward.
Nice just a close shot by Gustafson. Trying to get a tip out in front with Swanson. That pull back, battle in the near corner. Sent back to Izzy German at the near point. That shot deflected off of Hastings' skate.
Good idea.
Swanson into the near corner. Now Lindahl trying to get to it. Lindahl's been close a couple times this game, too. I wouldn't be surprised to see her breaking through as it was a tip out in front. Malashevsky getting a skate in the way.
Julia is always breaking through. She is a goal scorer. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
And she's got the coolest decals on the ankles of her skates. It's a Block M decal.
Very cool.
It's very. I noticed it sharpening the skates, and it wouldn't be a bad idea for the whole team. But they are a little showy, but they're pretty cool. If you're going to wear the winged helmet, you might as well have a Block M on your ankle.
Absolutely. Card chasing it. Comes outside the near circle. Gargiulo has that poked away. Good job by Grand Valley. Bringing it ahead. That fired down the far boards.
Okay, we got to get back.
Now Sasic comes in on the far circle, working her way through traffic. That gets deflected. Carr trying to pull it away. That deflected. Carr bringing it, trying to avoid
Sprott. Clear the zone.
Picked up as Kubashik has it back behind Gargiulo. Trying to avoid Kubashik. Now coming up the far boards. Tipped by Simmer. They'll go all the way back into the Grand Valley zone. Stewart chasing it. Simmer right back there.
Man, she could have put that in her own corner.
Wimmed all the way around into the far corner.
Nice
Carr
move.
has
Look
it.
at
Carr
this.
working through. Tipped away. Simmer chases it back, and that fired all the way back into the neutral zone. Katie German fires it right back in. That pulled the other direction. Sprott with it over center. Sprott gains the zone. Sprott outside the near circle.
See, trying to do too much by themselves.
Firing out in front. There's going to be a dangerous shot and a save by Ponith.
Good save, good save.
As that was a shot from just in the corner of the far circle. Fired out there.
2:26. I keep looking at that clock and thinking we've got 8:26 to go.
So Sexton's shot saved. And 2:23 left to go as it is 8:26 in the evening here in East Coast time.
Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of numbers over there in the corner.
I'd like to use this big one, but that costs us money.
Yes,
Don't
absolutely.
get me going.
Absolutely. Comes back behind. You want volunteers. Try and get a volunteer to learn how to run the big scoreboard.
From Chrysler.
From Chrysler. Here comes Hansen. Gains his own. Hansen, top of the far circle.
There it is.
Shot. There's a save by Scholes. Almost run over by her own player there. Like Ryan back to try and help it. Good opportunity. Hansen continuing to put pressure on Grand Valley. 1 minute 54 seconds left to go. 3-1 Michigan with the lead. They get a line change. Looking to finish off this game strong. Cummings in to take the face off. And it comes in along the far boards. Racing Gordon trying to get it. Now here comes Hung. Hung moves it over.
Pass.
Cummings with a shot at a good save.
If she hadn't covered that up, boy, Manami was right there.
It was a nice rip and no rebound, but Gordon was right on the doorstep looking for the rebound. 1 minute 45 seconds left to go here from Yost Ice Arena. Next game is not this Sunday, but the 29th, so a little over 2 weeks from today. You'll get a little bit of a break to regroup, but we'd love to see everyone here. There's a shot by Hung. That got deflected. So Michigan versus Niagara, 4 o'clock on the 29th here, Sunday.
Nice play.
Kabashik had it knocked away. Here comes Hung back into the neutral zone. Sprott.
Wings coming back to help out, and they're going to dangle around their own players rather than move it back for a regroup. We'll take that all day.
Here comes Izzy German.
Just kill some time. Little four corners here.
Gordon back around. Well, I am impressed by there's been a number of Grand Valley players who have played tough and played long minutes. And it's impressive that they're still out there skating hard.
Yep. We haven't found anybody in this league that's easy yet.
1:04 left to go. Trying to get to it. That brought ahead.
There you go.
Is intercepted by Malashevsky. She'll
Smart
bring it down the
forward.
far boards, trying to get away from Hancock.
Still in the
And
lanes.
chipped out. Swanson trying to dig it back in. Sprott goes back behind her own goal. 47 seconds left to go. The puck in along the near boards. And pulled back. Well, I know you got to run right after the conclusion of the game to make it to the locker room.
Yeah.
As this is concluding. Any final thoughts?
Oh, it's a great game. Fun to be here. Love doing this. It's fun to do it first one at Yost and get used to the height and work with you guys. It was a privilege. I'm going to shoot out of here and hopefully get down there in time to sing the victors.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Ned does a fantastic job. 18 seconds left to go. Michigan has it in along the near boards. Katie German knocks it back. Picked up in the neutral zone. Lindahl trying to get to it. There's going to be a penalty upcoming. Grand Valley has it in along the near board. 6 seconds left to go. So penalty with 6 seconds left. Michigan with the 3-1 lead. 5:08 left to go here in the third. Michigan looking. They'll go into the penalty box. So that will be a power play. Lindahl in the box. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That Deponis right. Scargiulo in to take the face-off versus Lefevre. Head in along the near boards. Bucksbaum has it. 1 second, and that will do it. Michigan goes to 5-0. Comeback win as they got down 1-0. Able to tie it up and chip in 2 more. Michigan wins 3-1, and we are very grateful for all of you for watching wherever you are at. Thank you very much for cheering on these 2 teams again. October 29th here at Yost Ice Arena versus Niagara. Come on down, see the Wolverines take on the Purple Eagles. We'd love to see you here, 4 o'clock, and we will have it on this, ArborBroadcasting.com as well. Ladies and gentlemen, for our director, Mike Butler, my camera people, Christina Wiseman, James Wiseman, color commentator, Coach Ned Glisson, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you. Here is the Yellow and the Blue.